Good morning students. Today we are going to start the next chapter of microeconomics, that is indifference curve analysis. This approach is given by Hicks and Allen, and this approach is known as ordinal approach. According to him, that utility cannot be measured in terms of utils or in terms of money. We can give only the preference or rank to our utility. As the Marshall told, utility can be measured in utils or money. So that approach is known as, which is given by the Marshall, that approach is given by the Marshall, that is known as cardinal approach. But Hicks and Allen said that utility cannot be measured in terms of money. It can be given only the preference and rank. That's why this approach is known as an ordinal approach. Clear? Now, what is the meaning of indifference set? Indifference set, it means it is a combination of two goods which offers equal level of satisfaction to the consumer. That is known as a indifference set. Clear? Now, how it is a combination of two goods which offers the equal level of satisfaction to the consumer. Look at there, I am just giving you one schedule by which you will be able to understand. Suppose there is a consumer A. He is consuming which good? X commodity and Y commodity. It means A has a combination of two goods X and Y. X and Y, by which he is going to get equal level of satisfaction at every point. Look at there, first combination I have taken A. That is combination A, that is, suppose he is going to consume X and Y. If he is going to consume one commodity of X and 12 commodity of Y. Clear? Next, B combination. In B combination, he is going to increase the consumption of X. Then definitely he has to decrease the consumption of Y, because he has a limited income. Through that income, if he wants to increase the consumption of X, then definitely he has to decrease the consumption of Y. Suppose he wants to increase second unit of X, then definitely he has to decrease which units of Y. Clear? But the satisfaction level will not be changed. At the A level combination and at a B level combination, he is going to get an equal level of satisfaction. Equal level of satisfaction, it means indifference between both the combination. That's why it is known as an indifference set. Suppose he is going to select C combination. According to C combination, if he is going to increase the consumption of X, definitely he has to decrease the consumption of Y, because he has a limited income. Due to this reason, he has to decrease the consumption of Y. X3 combination A, B or C. If he is going to choose A, if he is going to choose B, if he is going to select C, definitely the satisfaction will not be changed. That will be the same satisfaction he is going to get. Suppose he is going to select option D. It means combination D. From this combination, he is going to increase the consumption of X and decrease the consumption of Y. So, according to him, at each level, it is the combination of two goods. It is a combination of two goods which offers equal level of satisfaction. At every combination, he is going to get equal level of satisfaction, or we can say same level of satisfaction. When he is going to get same level of satisfaction, that is known as a indifference set. Clear? It is known as an indifference set, because there is no difference in the satisfaction level. That's why we can say indifference, and this is known as an indifference curve. Clear? It means each and every combination offers him equal level of satisfaction, same level of satisfaction, indifference level of satisfaction. That's why it is known as an indifference set. Clear? Now how we are going to show it into the diagrammatically? Look at there, 0, x and y. Here we are going to take x goods and here we are going to take y goods. Clear? Now look at there. Here x1, 2, 3, 4. Clear? And here we are going to take difference of 4, 8 and 12. You can take minimum difference also, 2 difference also. F1 he is going to select how much? 12. At 2 how much he is going to select? 8. At 3 he is going to select 5 and at 4 he is going to select 3. Clear? This is known as the IC curve. It is known as this is known as A combination, B, and this is C, and this is D combination. So this is every combination offers an equal level of satisfaction. Clear? If he is going to select this combination 12 and 1 goods of x and 12 goods of y. If he is going to select this combination, then also he is going to get the same satisfaction. If he is going to get this satisfaction 5 and 3, that is also the similar for him. If he is going to select 3 and 4, that offers him equal level of satisfaction. All combination offers him same level of satisfaction, and due to the same level of satisfaction, this is known as an indifference curve. Clear? Now the next topic, that is properties of IC. What are the properties of IC? There are 5 properties of IC. First property, that is IC slope downward. You can see IC slope downward from left to right. Why it is so? Because if a consumer want to increase one good, then he has to decrease the second good. If he want to increase the x good, definitely he has to decrease the y good. I told you, when there will be the inverse relationship, when one increases and second decreases, definitely the slope of the curve will be downward. Clear? So if consumer want to increase of one good, then he has to decrease the second good. Because of this reason, IC curve move left to the right. You can see IC curve move from left to right. Clear? Next, that is a very important property of IC. IC is convex to the point of origin. You can see the shape of the IC is convex. You can see very easily IC, the shape of the IC is convex. Why it's so? Because of declining marginal rate of substitution. Due to the marginal rate of substitution. Now what is the meaning of, first of all, we should discuss what is the meaning of marginal rate of substitution. Then we are going to find out why it is declining also. First, what is the meaning of marginal rate of substitution? Marginal rate of substitution, it means the rate at which consumer is willing to substitute one good for good two. It means at which rate consumer is going to sacrifice good y for good x. That is known as the marginal rate of substitution. Definitely he is substituting. If he is going to increase x, he is going to decrease y. So he is going to substitute y goods from good x. Clear? So at which rate he is going to substitute? That is known as the MRS. Clear? Marginal rate of substitution. How we are going to estimate it? Good 2 loss, whatever the goods 2 or 1, good 2 loss, good 1 gain. So you can see very easily if I am going to calculate MRS through this example from here only. So MRS, what is the formula of that? Change in, or we can say loss in good 2 divided by good 1. Clear? Now look at there. Change in good 2 divided by change in good 1. Good 2 we are assuming y and good 1 x. Clear? Now at the first unit he is not going to sacrifice and he is not going to get it. At the second unit you can see he is going to lose how much unit of good 1? 4. And how much he is going to get? 1. The rate that we are going to find out, that is 4. Clear? MRS, marginal rate of substitution, is 4. At the second level, if we are going to find out 3 divided by 1, 3. At the third unit, you can see 2 divided by 1. So you can see very easily the rate of MRS is declining. 4, 3, 2. Clear? The rate of substitution, marginal rate of substitution is declining. You can see in this example very easily the marginal rate of substitution is declining. Why it is declining? The question arises why it is declining. Because consumer is willing to sacrifice less and less amount of good 2 for every additional unit of goods X. Consumer is willing to sacrifice whatever we are going to sacrifice, that is we are going to sacrifice less and less amount of good. Why? For every additional unit of good X. For every additional unit of good X, we are going to sacrifice less and less amount of Y. Clear? Because of this reason MRS declining. Now the question arises why it happens. Why consumer is willing to sacrifice less and less amount of good Y for every additional unit of good X? Due to the law of diminishing marginal utility. What is the meaning of law of diminishing marginal utility? I explained you earlier also. As more and more units we are consuming, our satisfaction level goes on decreasing. Opposite to it, as more and more units we are going to sacrifice, our marginal utility goes on increasing. So because of this reason, the MRS is declining. I just want to give you very simple example. Suppose you have so many chocolates with you, and your younger sister or younger brother, he is crying to take that chocolates. So your mama offer you to give him few chocolates, I will give you one ice cream for that. So for getting one ice cream, you have given 4 chocolates to your younger brother or your younger sister. Clear? Second day, same manner she was crying and your mama offer you the same. If you are going to give you the chocolates, I will give you one ice cream. So again you have given him a chocolate. But first day you have given 4 chocolates. Second day you have offered her or him 3 chocolates. Why? Because the sacrificing tendency is going to be decreased. As more and more units we are going to consume, our satisfaction goes on decreasing. And when you are going to sacrifice more and more units, your satisfaction goes on increasing from this chocolate. The third day again she was crying and your mama has given the same offer. Beta, please give him chocolates. Definitely I will give you one ice cream. For getting one more ice cream, you have offered him only the 2 chocolates. So first day you have offered him 4 chocolates, second day you have offered him 3 chocolates, and the third day you have offered him 2 chocolates. So your sacrificing tendency is going on decreasing. Clear? The substitution rate is going to be decreased. Because of this reason MRS is declining, and due to declining of MRX, IC, it means indifference curve is convex to the point of origin. Clear? Why IC is convex to the point of origin? Due to declining MRS. Why MRS is declining? Because I have written here, because consumer is willing to sacrifice less and less amount of good 2 for every additional unit of good 1. And why it happens? Due to the law of diminishing marginal utility. The third property it is there, that is higher the IC offers higher level of satisfaction. Next, that is higher IC shows higher level of satisfaction. If IC will be higher, it means definitely you are going to consume higher. And how you are going to consume higher? Due to the higher level of income. So when your consumption will be higher, definitely the satisfaction will be higher. So due to this reason, higher IC shows higher level of satisfaction. Look at there, I am going to explain you through this through this diagram. Suppose at IC, whatever you are consumed, that is from X, for Y units you are consuming Y and X. If anyone is going to give you more commodities, more income, definitely you are going to start more consumption. Then your combination will be higher, IC will be higher. Clear? IC1 is going to offer you more satisfaction than IC. IC1 is going to offer you more satisfaction than IC. Now suppose again your income is going to be increased. Definitely your consumption will increase. When your consumption will increase, definitely IC2 offers more satisfaction than IC1. Suppose IC3 is also there. So IC3 offers you highest satisfaction due to the higher level of consumption. Higher the consumption, higher the satisfaction. Higher the IC, higher the satisfaction due to the correspondence to higher level of income. IC3 shows that you are consuming higher commodity, and higher it is greater commodities. In that condition, how you can that consume? Through higher level of income. Clear? So IC3 offers you higher level of satisfaction. Now the next property is that IC do not cross each other. Why IC do not cross each other? I told you right now, IC offers you equal level of satisfaction. Wherever you are going to go, it offers you equal level of satisfaction. So according to this property, two ICs cannot cross each other, they cannot cut each other. Suppose I have given the IC1. At IC1, I have given 2 points A and B. Both the points offers you equal level of satisfaction. As I told you n number of times, move on IC A, B, C, D, any point that offers you equal level of satisfaction. That's why its name is indifference curve. So in IC1, I have taken 2 points which offers the equal level of satisfaction to the consumer. Now the second IC, that is cross IC2, and I have given the 2 point, that is B and C. B and C. At IC1, 2 point, that was A equal to B, which offers equal level of satisfaction to consumer. IC2, I have taken also the 2 point B and C, which offers him equal level of satisfaction. If you want to see, you can see very easily at C point IC2 and B point he is going to get equal level of satisfaction. If we are going to solve the equation, look at there, B should be cancelled method. So A is equal to C. A should be equal to C. But do you think in IC1 and IC2 A is equal to C? No. Higher the IC offers him higher level of satisfaction. A is going to offer him higher satisfaction. A point offers him higher level of satisfaction rather than C. So in that condition, we can say that 2 IC cannot cross each other, or we can say 2 IC never meet each other, they never cut each other. Clear? The next point, that is IC do not touch O axis or Y axis. Why it does not touch? Look at there, I am just giving you the one diagram. You will be able to understand on your own. Here we are taking always x good, and here we are going to take y good. Look at there, x good and y good. X good and y good. If I am going to draw the diagram in this manner, when IC does not touch x-axis, what is the meaning of that? It means he is going to consumption of y as 0. The consumption of y, look at there, A point if I have given here, if the consumption of any commodity is 0, rather it is the consumption of x, here it is touching here 0, x and y. Here he is going to consume the x commodity 0, and here he is going to consume the y commodity 0. If you are not going to consume any commodity, how you are going to get a satisfaction? Do you think that commodity offers you the satisfaction? No. For getting a satisfaction, you have to consume anything. And in that condition, you are not consuming. Either you are not consuming of y good, either you are not consuming of x good. So if you are not going to do the consumption of any good, it will not offer you the satisfaction. And how you are going to get the equal level of satisfaction? So because of this reason, IC never touch O axis or never touch OY axis. Because for that, if we want to get a satisfaction, we have to consume at least the units, and when we are going to consume, it never comes at a 0 point. Clear? That is all for today. Thank you so much.